If one turns an ear to tune into the relentless pontifications and reflections that are constantly broadcast across the public social squares, those digital zones and areas, then one will soon be in tune with the darting speculations that are spurred on by the emotions of fear, anger, and frustration. Those emotions are there when contemplating a future in a world governed by an ever-encroaching artificial intelligence. Drums beat as the new industrial technology marches into towns, cities, and villages, ushered in by political leaders proud to call for military conformity. All whilst the resistance of the independents, they strike the beats of warning to try and call to wake others up and prepare. The corporates, they construct their new jingles all across the globe, and all whilst countries and the world media batten for the drums of war. Individually, every soul darts frantically to equip themselves with personal intelligence because everybody is trying to stay relevant and resistant to all these factors that are completely unknown. In the Bible, Daniel 12:4 states, "But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and the knowledge shall increase." Intelligence is a threshold into the kingdom of privilege, or so it seems. Intelligence can be a sword that dominates spaces, he who is the sharpest. And it is also a shield against expulsion, especially when stupid, its counterpart, has really severe consequences. To be deemed stupid is a consequence of a presumed disability that can result in isolation, ostracism, incarceration, ridicule, and there are many other humiliating harms as a consequence. So, what is intelligence, this thing that affects us all, that is constantly on our minds, and what do we mean by artificial intelligence? If one was to look at the Oxford Dictionary and the noun for intelligence, it states that it's the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. There are certain similar terms such as mental capacity, brain power, judgment, understanding, discernment, sharpness, quickness of mind, canniness, astuteness, intuition, and alertness. And also brilliance, talent, and ability are all considered intelligence. In the Cambridge Dictionary, the meaning of intelligence is the ability to learn and to quickly and easily understand. Understanding is to place oneself underneath the ideas of another person, to be understanding. So sometimes ignorance, it can be bliss. Intelligence is also a secret, intel, information that a company or a country, it manages to keep from another country or to keep private. One can say that intelligence is knowing when to give, when to take, and when to remain neutral in silence in order to inform. So if we know when to share, especially when we are governing and understanding the value of the information, and the proposition of that information, be it for personal, social or professional purposes. It's our informing, which takes time, and if we are going to give it or we are not. I mean, humans made machines when it comes to the artificial. So if one feels stupid or less than when in front of a machine, it's intelligent to understand that the computer originated from a light bulb. Electron activity produced in a vacuum. I mean, computing was and is the separation and isolation of light, adapted via the discovery of transitions such as radios and semiconductors such as silicon and germanium. These materials, they're now making trillions of computational flickers of light permissible in nano-formed code and program what we see and hear. It's all light flickers and flashes and ones and zeros that decode into an A or a B or a C. This is artificial, calculus. But does that mean that it's not intelligent? Artificial intelligence, does it have wisdom? Those things that come from human experience? How can it have human experiences? It doesn't exist naturally. It's contrived and it's false. Synthetic, fake, false, forged, plastic, man-made, manufactured, fabricated. I think all of these describe the entertainment industries. We've been working with media, towards increasing memory capacity and definition, and I think that's to try and authentically record and represent reality, to put that in our cinemas. And this digital pursuit, especially in imaging, it's been born out of a genuine route to capture truth. And I think that's the irony, this very need to capture existence has it eating its own tail, that we're now living in a quite post-truth existence. So that manipulation of space and time has become thwarted. And then the misinformation, because there seems to be like a hairline between reality and artifice, and it's almost becoming inconceivable that those two things are blurring. So the fear of artificial intelligence, I believe, is a really valid one, because it's been a trespass in our lives via the media, news, and telling us how to exist. I know that markets are driving innovation to create manipulative tools to share and present ideas, and this has become really acceptable output for public consumption. And there's a freedom to do this, which I believe is welcomed, but it does come at a price. Are we to stop these capabilities of telling stories and designing new realities? Should we put the brakes on that? The Latin for artificial is artificium, which is handicraft. There are and have been those that own information, to own people, to then nudge with behaviour modification, cracking into the minds of people. And many have made a lot of money. Not ethically, that's not morally, that's crossing a line. There are many bad actors and dark triad personalities that are imprisoning their intimate partners and their employees. It's capturing. And where lawyers and governing officials have lagged so far behind because they've been playing fair in the old world, now we got the post-truth, they're catching up. I think it's no wonder that the world is now experiencing an existential crisis when it comes to artificial intelligence and trust. It is trust, and only trust, that can restore faith and cohesion for users, especially in the face of artificial intelligence. And I think the big question is, can artificial intelligence understand the nature of trust and its importance for faith in human communications and interactions? I think that's a big question. And James 3:13 in the Bible says, "Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done, in the humility that comes from wisdom." Is artificial intelligence wise? Are bad actors wise? Proverbs 18:15 says, "An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge." Proverbs 15:33 says, "The fear of the Lord is instruction in wisdom, and humility comes before honour." So if humility comes before honour, then humanity is in deep need for a restoration and refresh of judgment in our judiciary. Artificial intelligence has no fear of God, so it has no wisdom. Intelligence without law and agreements within civilized society and trade is chaos, leading to degeneration and economic degradation.